Jamie Dornan shared that when he filmed an intimate scene with Dakota, his wife wanted a divorce. Jamie Dornan accepts a role in an independent film with a high-end psychological emotional style, co-starring with famous actress Dakota Johnson. The director is an ambitious newcomer, wanting to create a sense of tension and intensity between the main characters. Jamie initially feels excited because this role is really challenging, an introspective man, both charming and vulnerable. Dakota is a mysterious woman, with a gentle but powerful charm. Both characters have many emotional scenes, both intense love scenes and deep psychological scenes. Jamie's wife, Ella, did not know much about the project when he accepted. She supported her husband's artistic pursuit. But when Jamie read the script and the scenes with Dakota became increasingly powerful and unexpectedly emotional, he began to get drunk on the role. At the first press conference, Jamie and Dakota exchanged enthusiastic glances, laughter spread, and shared intimately about the film. Behind-the-scenes clips that went viral showed that their working harmony was very natural. Ella began to feel nervous. She saw her co-star in the film with a captivating gaze, too many intimate moments and romantic images posted on social networks. Shyness gradually formed in Ella's heart. Fascinating behind the scenes. When entering the process of filming the hugging and kissing scenes, Jamie and Dakota put all their mind and emotion into creating a realistic performance. Behind-the-scenes footage captured some images, both of them laughing and talking gently. Dakota put her hand on Jamie's shoulder, then Jamie lightly touched Dakota's waist, a fake but subtle move. Everyone around felt a subtle and professional attraction between them. Ella reviewed some behind-the-scenes moments. The overly gentle smile, the slightly affectionate gaze when Jamie talked to Dakota, the moment Dakota leaned her head on Jamie's shoulder after a scene. These details seemed small, but to Ella, they were big questions. Ella's phone plays a scene of Jamie and Dakota hugging, then switches to the caption, "The energy between them is insanely strong." Ella calls a close friend, turns on the call camera, her hands shaking. Could he be getting too into character? She asks. Just look at the way they're exchanging those sincere glances, like something's off the script. Latent tension. Jamie is excited about his work, feeling like he's discovering a new side of his acting, a quiet charm, a warm romance, and a deep pain. Dakota is a great acting partner, but Jamie begins to notice that Ella is becoming distant. When he gets home, she eats quickly, avoiding his eyes. Dinner is silent. He tries to tell her about today's scene, she's silent. The uncertainty is written all over Ella's face. Jamie doesn't understand what's going on. He was openly attached to her, but inside, she often sighed, or looked at her phone, or texted secretly. He was worried, blaming himself for letting work affect family relationships. He tried to talk, but Ella became more and more quiet, even avoiding intimate contact like hugging or kissing pillows. Jamie began to suspect that the shadow of the role had seeped into real life, the decisive conversation. One evening, after a long scene, Jamie called Ella, asking permission to leave the set early to go home. He hoped they would sit down and have an open conversation. Ella waited for him, sitting in the living room with the soft light, tears rolling down her cheeks. She opened her mouth. "Jamie, I don't want to call you off. But I feel something has crossed the line between work and feelings. You and Dakota, I feel too intimate. Do you understand? I feel jealous, I can't help it." Jamie fell into a heavy silence. "It's just a job, honey, it's all scripted. You know that," he insisted. But Ella wiped away her tears. "But the look in your eyes, when you're setting the scene, is not an actor's lie. I feel like the tenderness with Dakota is no longer just an act." They argued not out of anger, but out of fear of losing their connection. Ella mentioned that she wanted to take a break from the marriage. She needed time to think. Jamie was adamant. He wanted to stay on set, but he didn't want to lose her. He suggested they go to therapy together, but Ella replied, "I'm not sure there's hope now." Jamie's mental crisis. Jamie returns to the set in a state of mental exhaustion. He feels disoriented. His work is going well, his wife is distant. He meets Dakota in the afternoon of filming a special scene, the scene where the male character leaves his lover. His eyes are empty. Dakota notices Jamie's face collapses after the scene, his eyes lose their fire. During a break, Dakota comes to him and asks, "Jamie, what happened? Are you okay?" Jamie tells him everything. Ellis doubts his feelings for the role, the family separation. Dakota listens gently, then suggests, "Can you take a few days off, go back to your wife, and talk frankly?" I'll tell the director. Jamie sees Dakota's sincerity, no jealousy or exploitation, and it touches him. But his mind is still spinning, between the hot role and the ordinary love, which is real. He felt Dakota's behavior for the first time, making him both confused and appreciative. Deciding to stop filming and the two halves balancing, after a long night of thinking, Jamie decided to ask the director for 3 days off to deal with his family. The director agreed, albeit hesitantly. The work was urgent, he wanted to progress. But Jamie was adamant, "I have to do this." Jamie flew back to London, to Ellis' house. He suggested they have a private conversation, 2 people intimately, no actors, no roles. That evening, Ella looked at him. "If I leave, will you call your mother to our house? If you consider the script more important than the real people here, maybe I should go." Jamie was choked up. He poured out his heart, that the role had him absorbed, but his real-life feelings for her were still there. Even though they were far apart, he could still see her when he turned around. He promised to protect the boundaries of the role, always keeping his wife and family safe. Ella listened, tears in her eyes but with a light of understanding. She believed him. They decided to go to couples therapy, to attend a session on emotional boundaries in the arts industry, to keep themselves in the world of many lights and emotions in the role. Return to the set with new peace. Jamie returned to the set after a few days, with a new stable mentality. The relationship with Dakota was still professional, but with clearer boundaries. The two agreed on a way of working. Emotional scenes were performed but unnecessary intimate scenes were limited, focusing more on inner expressions. Ella visited the set once, during a business trip. They talked happily with Dakota, took a photo together as a souvenir. Jamie introduced Dakota as a great co-star, and Ella showed her sincere attitude. "Thank you, Darcy, for respecting my family's privacy." Dakota smiled. "I really appreciate that balance, perfecting the art and healing the feeling." The film finished filming. Jamie and Dakota held a test screening. Audiences and critics highly appreciated the cooperation of both, tense emotions, deep inner feelings. In particular, the emotional scenes were not too explicit but touched deep emotions, bringing real feelings, feelings of longing and limitations in love. After the screening, Jamie and Ella watched the edited version together. They commented on the beautiful but moderate love scenes, not going beyond the limits of real life. Ella held Jamie's hand in the dark theater. "Thank you for choosing our side." Jamie smiled. "Thank you for believing in me." The future opens. The film was officially released and highly appreciated. Jamie became a model of a professional with ethics, knowing how to keep personal boundaries in acting. For Ella, the difficult times helped them understand and love more. Ella shared, "You play the role of a charming man, but I keep your heart for me." Jamie hugged her. The role has helped me discover myself, but you are the one who helps me realize the value of real life. Dakota also became close friends with the couple. The three often went to art cafes together after filming ended, discussing the life of artists and how to protect themselves in a tempting environment. Jamie, Ella, Dakota formed a special group of friends, supporting each other, keeping boundaries and respecting privacy.